Ratios. What do you know about ratios? When have you seen or used ratios before? Maybe in your everyday life, maybe in a math class prior to this one, but think about what that word means to you. Recall using multiplication to compare different quantities. For example, we have George has 6 times as many shirts as he does baseball caps. So that's multiplication. We have this relationship of 6 times as many. We can use a tape diagram to see what this relationship looks like. If we have 1 baseball cap, 6 times as many shirts would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shirts. We can now write the number of shirts to the number of baseball caps as a ratio. So since there were 6 shirts for every 1 baseball cap, the ratio we say is 6 to 1. The co-ed soccer team, here's a different example, has 4 times as many boys on it than girls. That multiplication of 4 times as many. So if there's 1 girl, there would be 1, 2, 3, 4 times as many boys. So there are 4 boys for every 1 girl. The ratio we then say is 4 to 1. Another example, there are 3 halves as many bags of chips on the table than cookies. So here we have this idea of the fraction with multiplication, but we can break that down that if there's 2 cookies on the table, if we have rather 2 cookies, there would be 1, 2, 3 bags of chips. So there are 3 bags of chips for every 2 cookies. The ratio is then 3 to 2. Ratios can be written 3 different ways. First, you have just the ratio of A to B with the word 2 in between your numbers. Then you can use a colon with A to B, right? You have your colon in the middle. Or you can use it as a fraction with the fraction bar, A to B. Each is read the ratio of A to B, but you can use the word 2, a colon, or the fraction bar. But each ratio should be in simplest form. Here we have an example. The ratio of wings to beaks in the birdhouse at the zoo was 2 to 1. So this is the ratio we're given. So visually, this is because for every 2 wings, there was 1 beak. We have 2 wings for the 1 beak with our tape diagrams. So also in addition to the language or with the tape diagram, we also can write it 2:1 or 2/1. So those would be all 3 different ways to write the ratio, and then there's the tape diagram to visually see it. And you can use this for so many different things in the world around us. It's modeled with ratios, and we can write it using that notation. It is important to note, however, the difference between what we say is ratio relationship descriptions and the ratio language itself. The ratio of wings to beaks in the birdhouse we were just looking at the zoo, 2 to 1. The ratio relationship description in this case is 2 wings to 1 beak. Almost like giving you more information of what the numbers are meaning. That's what we say is a ratio relationship description. But the actual ratio and the ratio relationship is just the 2 to 1, is the 2 and the 1 numbers versus actually seeing it's 2 wings to 1 beak for the relationship description. Here's another example just to see the difference. We have the ratio of total miles to hours on a family vacation trip, drive to Florida, was 5 to 4. The ratio relationship description in this case is 5 miles to every 4 hours, but the ratio for the ratio relationship is just 5 to 4 with 5:4. So when asked for a ratio in a problem, we're going to use this ratio language. We're going to use 5 to 4 with the colon. We can have 5 to 4 with the word. We could have even had 5 over 4. So that's what we are going to want when we say what is the ratio. We want the ratio language, not with the description of what the actual numbers are representing.